Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mondays with Mardos. I'm Gerard and this week I'm going to give you a little tour of my personal humidor and what we stock in here. But before we get going, I need you to click on that subscribe button, click on the bell to be notified every single week of new episodes of Mondays with Mardos. So one of the coolest things about being in the cigar industry is that we get to smoke all sorts of cool cigars, some hard to find stuff. We also get our hands on some treasures that not everybody can get their hands on. So in this area we do have our own personal wall unit and every shelf is loaded with some cigars. So we're going to get the camera a little bit closer and show you what I have here, a little bit of eye candy and one of my go-to cigars that I like to smoke every single day, like my top 5 things like that. Things do change all the time, my palate changes, but as of right now I'm going to go through all the stuff that we have and it's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned. I'm chuckling because this is nothing but a mess, but there's a method to the madness, and this top shelf right here serves what we get as samplers from different manufacturers, also any kind of rejects or defects that come out of boxes, and it happens. So let's start with some damaged stuff. I know it's probably not the best thing to do, but we do have some cigars here that are damaged. Here's a very good one. This came from Plasencia and I will be smoking this. As a matter of fact, I like when we get damaged cigars because I get to smoke them on the company's dime. So this is a beautiful Alma Fuerte, and we have a bunch of cigars here, even Partagas 150s. Excuse me, these are the Partagas 160s, and I know the camera is not showing it to you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and take it out. As you can see, this one's unraveling, but a little bit of glue will take care of that, and I get to smoke that again on the company's dime. So it does happen from time to time. We get cigars that have a little bit of damage on them, and that's okay. That is part of running a business, and those are losses that we have to take. And I believe this is another box of some damaged goods. Yeah, so a lot of kind of crazy stuff in here, and what we do is we just basically use a little bit of the glue that they use when they make cigars, and we put it on there and let it sit and dry, and we smoke them ourselves, and voila. This section also, you see a lot of bags over here. This bag is still from 2019 IPCPR trade show, which is now known as PCA. All these samplers we get from everybody. We don't get to smoke all of them. A lot of them we've already smoked, but they're our friends. They want us to have their cigars, so we leave them in this bag. And these Boveda bags serve a very, very good purpose. I mean, they're good for about a year. But as of lately, the most recent sampler that we got, I'm trying to find over here, is the Juarez from Crown Heads, and unfortunately they're still on back order. So this was a cigar of most recent sampler that I tried that we are gonna start carrying from Crown Heads. Is a budget-friendly cigar, but very good. They just came out with a new size, which is, I believe, like a Corona size. So they're gonna have 4 sizes, and we're gonna carry that on MardoCigars.com. And then also what they've done is they're working with a new roller by the name of Picardo. And Picardo is, I believe, in Nicaragua. And I'm still doing my homework on that, so if I'm wrong, please don't shoot me. This is a sampler they did with Tiago. It's called the Tiago Splitter. And then they have the other stuff, the classic, some of the stuff called Reserva Familia. So Picardo is a new company that is being used by Crown Heads for their new cigars. What else? We got all sorts of stuff. I got some Drew Estate. They gave us some cool stuff here. Pappy Van Winkle, some Dogmas, things of that nature. Oh my gosh, what do I have here? Charter Oak. This is a more of a bundle cigar company called APS Distributors. They gave us a bunch of samplers. Jeremy Jack, JJ307s. Very boutique company out of San Diego. PDR Cigars, and I just dropped the bag right there. So as you get the gist of it, this shelf right here serves nothing but samplers, things that we're going to go through, and we're going to try out some cigars here. And this is from Dale, the gentleman that is in Germany that distributes the Wanderlust for Roma Craft. I guess he has his own cigar line. Yeah, I have to try it. I'm sure it's going to be very good, but it's a lot of cigars to go through, you guys. And this is what this top shelf serves. And then this shelf right here, we're going to go right through right after this clip. Hey guys, so this is the biggest eye candy shelf. It is my favorite. Also, my most hated shelf. Reason being, it does serve some of my favorite cigars I like to smoke every single day, and some cigars that I like to keep just for eye candy and showing my friends some of my stock that I have. This is not exactly my entire treasure, but it's a little bit of stuff that we are willing to break into and smoke these cigars and not just look at them for pictures only. So a cigar that I know is going to be very hard for me to replace is the Liga Pravada 10th anniversary, and I only have 3 of these cigars left, which is a shame because they are so hard to find. And it was so long ago that I smoked one. When I say so long ago, maybe about a year ago, is that I don't even remember what it tastes like. But this is the Liga Pravada 10th anniversary. I only have 3 left, which is a big old tear cry coming out of my eyes. Anyway, you guys get the gist. Something else that I have not even broken into to smoke, not even at the birth of both of my sons, is the Cohiba 50. This is called the Majestuoso. In 2016, Cohiba turned 50 years of age, or 50 years old. So they came out with the Majestuoso of 1,966 humidors that have 20 cigars in them. Well, if you went to the festival dinner, you got these as a gift, and I got my hands on a couple of them. These things are about $750 a stick, and I have yet to smoke one. Again, beautiful stuff. That is why it is my least favorite and most hated shelf there is, because some of the stuff I can't even smoke it. It's just going to be really, really a bummer. So as you can see, we do have some Opus. I did try the Opus X Dubai yesterday. Phenomenal cigar. I like it. This is a 6x58 ring gauge called the Viento d'Amor. Very good cigar, very smooth, good notes of pepper, very consistent, and definitely a go-to. So got some stuff that I like to age. Got some Opus X, the Oro Oscuros, the Man, Carlos the Man, Eye the Shark, some Angel Shares, and then I do have these bad boys right here from Roma Craft. This is the Craft 2018, I believe. I think we have about 3 or 4 boxes. I've never opened these. I've never even smoked one. So I know many of you have already smoked them, and I never have. So that's why, again, it is my favorite and also most hated shelf there is, because some of the stuff that I cannot touch. But what is my go-to cigar as of lately? Guardian of the Farm Apollo is my favorite size. This is a 2018 box and was gifted to me by Corb. Thank you very much. Also, Aganorsa Leaf did an exclusive with State Line Tobacco that I really like. That is my go-to. This right here is an empty box, but I keep it just to remind myself that if it ever comes out again by Lost and Found Caldwell, it's called Swedish Delight. Was really a good cigar. I love that. But more than anything, this bag right here is what I carry with me every single day in my backpack or in my briefcase or wherever I go. And there's 20 cigars of the same thing in here. And a lot of people are going to be shocked that I'm even talking about this cigar, but they collaborate with Aganorsa Leaf. And anything that Aganorsa makes, I am a big fan of. And this is the Gurkha Nicaragua. I know you guys are going to be surprised I'm saying that, but it is a very good cigar, very budget friendly. It's less than $10 and it has a lot of good flavors. So that is my go-to cigar. Wiseman Maduro is one of my favorites. I do have a box of Black Iris, but my favorite size from the Cro-Magnon, believe it or not, is the Anthropology. You get a lot of flavors of the wrapper, which is a Connecticut broadleaf. And that, you guys, is the shelf that I always go to. Definitely have a lot of Jake White cigars. We did some stuff with Sinistro, which is a project that was really, really cool. Jake White is Dominican, all made in Tamboril. Habano Rosado wrapper, very good cigar. This is like, if you like Davidoff or K. Dorsey or Cohiba Robusto from Cuba, that's the brand to go to if you want to get that creaminess. I can go on all day with this shelf. Got an 11-year-old Tatuaje right here from 2009. Cellophane's, you know, getting really, really yellow. Got some Zenos back then when I used to smoke very mild cigars. I still have some of these yellowing cellophane. My gosh, Quaker. This is the newest thing from Sinistro La Fabrica. We just got these in the other day. 6x60s. We got some Viajes. I got this is the WMD. Very cool stuff from Viaje. Oh my gosh, I'm getting cottonmouth. So, we're going to move on to the next shelf and tell you why that shelf is there and what its purpose. So this shelf is the most amusing shelf. It's very bare because these cigars are fully complimentary for that guy that we all know is not a real cigar smoker, never finishes a cigar, very annoying. So what I'm going to do as a very nice guy, I'm going to give him a cigar they'll never forget, like a full body Mr. White by Sinistro, or better yet, a San Andreas Mr. Red by Sinistro. Or, as you can see, we're a big fan of Sinistro. This is the Last Cowboy Maduro. These are cigars that my friend James gave me as complimentary to hand out to people. So, if you come to my town and you're not a true cigar smoker and you're not going to finish your cigar, you're going to pay a price. So this shelf is not very appealing to the eye, but for a true cigar enthusiast, this is nothing but a treasure. This shelf right here are cigars that we have blended with various manufacturers like La Aurora, Noel Rojas, many others, tiny little factories in Tamboril. So when we go through these cigars, we are very excited because we have written down notes and books and also have labeled every single bundle that we've come across. So therefore we know exactly what the blend is, what manufacturer it is. Each box represents a different manufacturer. So this is our treasure. This is truly what I like to dive into. It's my favorite spots because some of these cigars right here will stand out and no one has ever tried them because it is our personal blend, and that's how things work. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys liked about the video and what else you'd like to see. But remember, before I see you next week, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you then.